the first card you have for your past is the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, this can be a little bit conflicting. I'm seeing a few things around this. This knight kind of comes up to the river and he stops. He's not sure what he wants to do. So this is a little bit conflicting, but there's definitely love here. I'm seeing you feeling a little bit lost actually at this time. I think, I won't say you missed someone, but I'll say that I think there were some things about someone that you missed. Let's say that. I think that describes it in a bit more so that you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I don't know how I'm going. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. So I'll try and concentrate. Okay, so you had a really special connection with this person at one time. You didn't want them back. It wasn't like, I want them back. It was just like certain things would come up in your head and then you would say, oh, I really missed that thing. Or, you know, it was like you had this connection. Maybe you're in the same industry. It might have been that, or maybe you just had very similar likes and dislikes. I mean, it was obviously the relationship was about more than that. But you had this easiness. You had easy conversations with them. You just understood each other. So it's a little bit like, you know, you could just talk about something and then they'd instantly know what you're talking about. They understood. And I'm actually seeing you know, maybe going out, looking at things, experiencing things, and maybe you were thinking something like, oh, they'd really like that, or oh, I'd love to talk to them about this or whatever, but they just weren't there. So you couldn't have that instant, easy conversation. So, you know, and then you might even have been doing things like picking up your phone and wanting to share things with them, things that pop in your mind. Oh, I'll call them and I'll talk to them. And then you kind of, oh, I'll put my phone away. I won't do that. That's the kind of thing I'm getting around that. So it was like you missed those certain things. And I think, you know, you didn't want them back. I think you knew that there were fundamental areas, very important areas, where you just were not right for each other. You absolutely were not. And you know that. You don't want to go back to them. Sometimes, you know, feelings can just override logic. And I think that's what was happening here. And it happens to me as well. So, yeah, I ended up articulating that card quite well in the end. It was, I don't know why I got so lost in the beginning. I'm sorry about that. So, anyway, the next card you have for your past is the 8 of Pentacles. So, yeah, you weren't sitting around crying over them. I think it was just at certain times you wish they were there so you could just have that ease and that comfort of someone who you've spent a long time with and you've built up that kind of history with, and kind of they knew you, you knew them, so you could just talk and say, oh, you know that, blah, 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 and they'll know straight away. That ease, that was what you were missing, I think. So, you know, you're busy working. This is obviously the work card. And, you know, you had your head down working, partially because, you know, you just had a lot to do, but also you were kind of getting this person off your mind, out of your head, and you're kind of working them out of your mind as well. And, you know, this card can be about repetition, thinking about things over and over again. So, you know, you're trying not to, but you were thinking about them. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have in your past is Justice. So, yeah, you'll get, this is about balance. It's about a lot of things, but you'll get back into balance again. You know, I think, especially if time's passed between the time, you know, between now and when you broke up, a lot of time's passed, and you still have these little things where you think about someone. Sometimes that can make you think, oh, am I not over them? Why am I thinking about them again? You are over them. And you're going to get that balance back again. It's just that sometimes when you think about someone over and over again like that, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it can put you out of balance, but you'll get back into balance again. The other thing I'm seeing here is, okay, this is very, I don't like this, but yeah. I don't know if this is to do with this axe, but I am seeing two sides and I'm seeing two opposing sides here. I think it has something to do with family. I'm seeing someone who's sort of in charge of a family, leading a family. So this might be a parent or a grandparent. And they think they're right. They're used to leading. That's what I'm seeing with this person. And they also might be someone who likes a bit of a talk. Maybe they like a bit of a gossip. So what I'm seeing is there's some drama being kind of stirred up with these two opposing sides and a bit of gossip around that and all of that. And it might be to do with this ex. I think it might be. Now, you don't want to be a part of this. You don't want to be drawn into this. I can see that really clearly. And I think you're going to try your best to stay out of that. And I think you're right to do that. Absolutely. You need to protect yourself. I'm saying need because I think this is a situation that's gone from your past and it's continuing on now. So yeah, protect yourself. Get out of that. Don't have anything to do with any gossip. I hate it. And yeah, you have every right to do that. I mean, if this is family and you're being guilted into talking about this, it doesn't matter who it is. You have every right to be out of this and not be a part of this and not to kind of make it worse and not let it drag you down. Be self-preserving. That's what I'm getting in that. So the first card you have your present is the Page of Wands. So yeah, there's these kind of gossiping people, there's these two sides, there's all of that going on. And I think it might have something to do with them talking about this ex or something about them. It's something like that. And I think I'm seeing people asking you questions. Maybe they're kind of loaded questions, if that makes sense, like asking a question to provoke drama or whatever. And again, I'm seeing family around this. So you're trying to get out of these old thought patterns about this ex, and you don't want to think about them. You don't want to drag this all up again. You're trying to be like this page. He's looking up to where he wants to go. He wants to get out. He wants to grow. And he's looking at the top of this wand where the growth is. And that's what you want to do. You want to move out of your thoughts. Any thoughts about this person, you don't want to think about them. You don't want to gossip. You don't want anything to do with it. You just want to move forward. And I don't know why they're talking about this ex. It's not even a recent ex. I keep on seeing that. But yeah, you just want to stay out of this. You just want to completely stay out of this, move forward. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So I don't want to say any more about this ex because I know you're trying to move on. But yeah, they keep on coming up. But yeah, you're going to move on. You're not going to be a part of this. So the next card you have your present is the Four of Pentacles. So again, this is about not letting things go. These people, these family members don't want to let it go. They're holding on to this and you're saying, I don't want to talk about this. I want to let it go. And I don't know why this has cropped up with your family. It might have been that there was some incident that happened. Because I'm getting this feeling that maybe your ex might still be in contact with your family for some reason, I don't know, and there might have been some incident that's kind of brought this all up, and it's right when you're thinking about them again. So, or it might be that that's made you think about them again, I don't know, but you just don't want all of this brought up again. You're trying to move on. I'm also seeing someone else around you as well, and I'm seeing this as a positive connection, a possible love connection. So, enough of the ex, you're moving on, you're moving forward. I'm going to try and do that too. I'm going to try not to talk about them. If they come up, I'll have to, but I'll try my best. Okay, so the other thing I'm seeing here is that this might be some kind of a secret or someone's not telling you everything. And this is around money. Now, I think this is probably around your workplace or a business because there is there's some amount of money and it's owed to you, or you need to kind of uncover it in some way. It might be a bonus, or it might be extra pay that you're owed, or it might even have something to do with insurance, something. There's money sitting around and you should have access to this money. So if this is resonating and you know what this is, investigate this. Now, it might not be that someone's outright lying. I was seeing, a secret, but, it's just something's not being shown to you. Something's not being told to you. and it's something you need to chase or investigate or uncover. Yeah, I think it might, you might be in a situation where you're trying to cope with less money. You don't need to be doing that. There's this money sitting there. You just need to go and investigate it. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I know that's specific, but if it resonates with you, I really hope that will kind of make you jump to attention and do something about this. Sorry, I sound so bossy all the time. The last card you have for your present is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, money, more pentacles. So I think maybe there was some kind of error, or it could be lost in the system somewhere. So I think someone wasn't doing their job properly or thoroughly or something. Maybe they were juggling a lot of things and they weren't able to concentrate. Something was overlooked. So, and you're not being told about whatever this is, or no one's informing you. So yeah, again, it's going to have to be you who chases this. I know you're really busy. I was seeing that in the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, the Eight of Pentacles, not the Ace of Pentacles, because I'm the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I saw it in the Eight of Pentacles. And again, in this card, you're busy. But I think it'll be worth it. Even if you take time off or take time out, it's going to be worth it to get this extra money. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing love in this card. I think this might be about this newer relationship. There's someone who you're with. I can't quite see what stage this is at because I'm seeing a lot of missed time, wanting to spend time with each other, but you're both really busy, so you can't really spend as much time as you'd like to. I'm seeing that in this card, and maybe that's why it's hard for me to see exactly what stage you're at with this person or what's happening, because the connection's not very stable. Not because this is an unstable relationship. I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing two people who don't have a lot of time for each other at this time. And I'm actually seeing some text messages between you going backwards and forwards, but they're slow because you don't even have time for a lot of that. You're both just so busy. So yeah, it's hard for me to see where this is going because I'm picking up on that missed connection. But I'm not seeing negativity here, so I'll say that. I'm not seeing that this is a negative thing. I think this is kind of, it's okay. That's what I'll say about that. So the first card you have in your future is the Four of Swords. So yeah, again, I don't mean to bring this up again. I really don't want to. I'm sorry about that. I get into trouble for bringing up exes all the time, but if I see them, that's what I'm saying. So something happened. There was an incident, and I think it probably happened recently, and I think this is why this was all stirred up again. So I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but I'll try and articulate this. I'm not very articulate in this reading, I know. Some incident happened. It was between this ex and someone in your family. So this is showing me that they are in contact with your family for some reason. Sometimes that happens. I don't know. So I think they've insinuated something about a family member, or they said something that was blown out of proportion, and some people are angry or upset. And I think the outcome of this is going to be that they're either going to stop talking to each other and this connection is going to be cut. That's what I'm seeing. It's probably not as big and dramatic as people are making out. It's been blown out of proportion. That's what I'm seeing. And that's what happens when there's gossip. Things are kind of escalated into something crazy. So again, if this is resonating, you might not know the extent of this yet, but I'd still stay out of this. I would totally 100% stay out of this drama. You are the link between the family and the ex. I know that, but it doesn't mean you're responsible for any of these people. They have decided to keep in contact. They're all adults. That's what they've decided to do. It's nothing to do with you. So if I were you, I would completely keep out of this, stay out of the way, take care of yourself, be self-preserving. Once again, the man on this card, he's down in the basilica of a church, which is the basement of a church. So he's sort of hiding down there. So you don't need to hide in the basement or anything like that. This isn't the apocalypse or anything that dramatic. But definitely stay out of these people's way. Do that. Run. The next card you have for your future is the Five of Swords. Yes, again, I'm laughing because I keep on seeing this again. I know people accuse me of being repetitive, but it's not my fault. I keep on seeing the same thing again and again. So here it is again. I won't say much about this because I'll just be repeating myself. Walk away from this drama. The man on the right of this card, he's obviously, he has these swords. He's swiped them off these other poor men and they're just walking away. They've had enough. This is it. Goodbye. I'm going away. So I'm not saying you shouldn't stand up for people, but this isn't about that. This is about a great, big, murky mess of gossip with people creating drama, everyone saying everything. No one knows what's true. No one knows what isn't true. Please run from this. That's all I have to say yet again. So the last card you have for your future is the Six of Cups. So this is a very peaceful card, thank goodness. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, innocent card. I'm seeing growth here, and I'm seeing growth coming out of emotion. So, there are flowers all over this card, but they're planted in these beautiful golden cups, and obviously that symbolizes emotion. So growth coming out of the cups, out of the emotion. And I think this is about this relationship, this newer relationship. I think once you've gotten over this really busy time that I was seeing everywhere, and the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles and everywhere, you're going to have a really happy time of just talking, getting to know each other on a deeper level. And the other thing I'm seeing here is this may or may not resonate. It's quite specific because there are children on this card. You might be a single parent, or they might be a single parent. I don't know. And but if you are, I'm seeing harmony around this. So if you haven't met their children, or they haven't met yours, or whatever, there's harmony here. So if this is resonating, when you do meet, it's going to be fine. It's going to go smoothly. I'm not seeing any problems around this. The thing I'm seeing here is, though, this is all fine. This is all very nice. But I'm not seeing a huge amount of passion between you. I'm just being honest. So that doesn't mean you're never going to have any passion between you. It might come later, it might come at another time, but I'm not seeing anything like that in this card at this time. So, that might be because I'm seeing children here. There might be children around, or it could be because you're just so busy, you're busy people. It might be that. But, this is just a kind of a pleasant card. There's a big feeling of innocence around this whole thing. That's the thing that's standing out to me in that card.